demigod of the wind and sea.
Hero of men.
Huh?
So it goes like this. Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. Women.
But will Dwayne Johnson be the hero of this weekend's box office? A decade after the original, he's reprising his role as Maui in Disney's live-action Moana. And the CBC's Jackson Weaver joins us now with his thoughts on this live-action remake. Okay, so is this Moana any different from the original one, which was loved by so many?
So many, including you,
including
if I'm
me.
not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, if you know Moana, you know the story. A young chieftain's daughter who's going to be a chief herself one day wants to venture out past the reefs of Mutanui, the island that she calls home. That's a big rule that she's not allowed to break. Her father says, no, don't go anywhere, but at the same time, the island is dying. She learns that there is a curse on her island. A demigod by the name of Maui stole what you see on the screen there, the heart of Te Fiti, and it needs to be returned to that island. She needs to track down Maui. They need to become partners, save the island, save her people. Things go well sometimes, not so well at other times. You know the story. We all know the story. And I'm usually kind of coy in these reviews where I give you the background, give you some of the news, and I finally reveal my thoughts. But I mean, I'm going to spoil it for you right now. I spoiled it for you a little bit earlier yesterday, actually, that I am not the biggest fan of this movie. I'm not the biggest fan of live action remakes in general, just on principle, but this one has something a little bit extra, a little bit special in my dislike.
And by special, you mean not special. So, okay, tell us what was not, like the story sounds the same. You know, Dwayne Johnson was in the original too. He was the voice. So what went wrong this time in your eyes?
I mean, I think that there's a lot there. It is, you know, the same story, but there's diminishing returns if you're not going to subvert, reinvent, reintroduce anything. Just do the same thing as if it's a storyboard from the original. But I mean, I had an instant visceral reaction to the visualization of this film. Now we have all of this beautiful B-roll here, but we have a clip that I want to show you that actually shows the movie itself, back and forth conversation scene. And I want you to see if maybe you can pick up what I was so disgusted by initially. So let's take a look at this scene from Moana.
Escaping?
The heart is that way.
We'll never get it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Hey, what am I gonna steer with? They're just gonna kill you.
So I didn't love it. I don't know. I mean, if you
Was it the Kokomura? You just
the Kokomura, I'll get to that. I have problems with them as well. But if you just look at them talking to one another, that is supposed to be, you know, Pacific Islands, Polynesia. It's a soundstage in Atlanta, which I think is eminently clear from its visuals. That lighting is so flat. It looks like an in-flight tourism ad to me, or almost like a community theater cable access version of the original Moana. But I mean, you mentioned the Kokomura, those coconut people. They're, of course, animated. Pua the pig is animated. Hey the chicken is animated. Te Fiti the island goddess is animated. Te Ka the lava monster is animated. Tamatoa the villain is. This is an animated movie that's all just reduction in the animation, the visualizations, the beauty, the suspension of disbelief that comes from animation. When you make a live action like this, you see all those awkward, blocky CGI dancers in the background, the big punching and kicking that is so reduced in the action and the energy. It all feels sluggish. There's an inability to really suspend your disbelief in this being a fantastical world. The story was built for the world of animation. It was built for that whimsical, magical sort of vibe. And when you get these characters, they don't move in the way they should. The ocean's supposed to be a character. When you get that into live action, it's more horrifying or uncanny than it is magical. And then outside of that, the actual story itself is what we've seen before. There's nothing added, there's nothing reinvented, there's nothing reintroduced. We're just doing the same story once again, and there's an assumption in that when you take an animated movie, turn it into live action, is that, oh well, live action is better, it's more dramatic, it's more interesting, it's the upper echelon of storytelling, which I think is an insult to animation. It's a misunderstanding of what makes animated movies work so well, and specifically these types of stories, these Disney stories, are so ill-suited to the live action, and I think we really see that evidence in this blocky, sluggish iteration of Moana.
Okay, so you really, really didn't like it,
Yes.
but is there anything that you did like about it?
Yeah, I'll put my positive hat on here. It's not a train wreck. It's Moana, just slightly reduced Moana. We have a new Moana actress here, Catherine Langai. I think she is fantastic in this. She is an amazing reintroduction to this. But that also brings up another issue I have with these remakes, these live action revisits. We have so many of these movies. I mean, we recently saw the Elle series come back. Lexi Minitry fronted that one. We saw earlier Little Mermaid with Halle Berry. And then that one was also kind of derided. Snow White with Rachel Zegler, derided, not a live action remake, but a reintroduction to a world. The Supergirl movie with Millie Alcock, also derided. I think that all of these young actresses, they get their big break. They do such a fantastic job of bringing their interpretation of these characters to the world. And then because of a failure from the studio, a failure in the writing, they are the faces of these failures of these products. So often, young women, in Catherine Langai's case, like her first role ever, she's from a performing arts school, and she comes to this with all the high hopes in the world, and people like me are bashing it. And it's just so unfortunate that it perpetuates this idea that women-led projects cannot be successful. So this movie failing in the writing stage, the idea stage, is just really makes me sad and pessimistic about the world of Hollywood as well, outside of the movie itself.
Okay, so we got a lot of you here on how your take on the movie. Of course, we want the rating, but I also want, with the rating, how you think it's going to do in the box office this opening weekend. So give me both.
Yes, I mean, I would say that I'm usually pretty positive, at least, about the box office. The previews have been very dour. It's one of the poorest reviewed live-action remakes that Disney has ever made. I think it's about 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. The previews are very low. So I actually don't think it's going to do great. I do think people are going to go. I think that kids could enjoy it. Families that like Moana will find something to love. But I got my rating here. It's not going to be too high. 2 out of 5 stars. It's not an utter train wreck, but it's definitely an utter disappointment. If you really love Moana, though, you get the music again, so that's another positive.
I'm going.
Go.
But but thank you for this.
Yeah.
Thanks for this. That is the CBC's Jackson Weaver.
Thanks.